Keep them coming in. 81089 is where we live. Of course, you can email us free via the website talksport.com. Tweet me at AndyGhostin05, Jason05, or you can phone us 0871 722. I'm so excited about speaking to our next guest. I wonder just how cocky he shall be. Let's say good evening
don't worry
to
about that.
Dr. Octagon.
Dr. Octagon, Dr. Octagon, Dr. Octagon, he is here.
Yes, he is here, and I can say good evening to the wonderful rock and roll superstar who supports Manchester City. Good evening, Noel Gallagher.
Hey, Noel.
All right, how you doing?
Yeah, forget about us. How are you doing, my little friend?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Now, this morning when I texted you and said, do you want to come on the show? You went, I'm busy tonight. I'm not about for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Is that how it's been? Let's go back 24 hours. Well, listen, we've started the show tonight just talking about Joe Hart. So before we talk about the game itself, let's talk about that mistake. Your view on it first. Was he to blame 100%?
I wouldn't say 100%, but in the light of what's happened this season, then he's got to take most of the blame for it, because there's a malaise setting at the back now where the young lad Nastasic, he doesn't know what he's doing there. You know what I mean? Why Joe Hart is coming out there is beyond me. Saying that, why Nastasic lets the ball bounce in the first place is beyond me, and he's not oofed it into the stand. But there is something seriously going wrong there. Seriously.
How much do you think Company is missing, do you think has to do with that? Because the Aston Villa goal that was very similar. He's come out of his line. As soon as you leave your box as a goalkeeper, you have got to win the ball. There is no second guesses here. He has got to clean everything out. And like the game against Villa, although Company was playing in that game, he does something very similar and doesn't get near it. Why? Why is he making these decisions?
Well, I don't know. It's not like, it's not... Things like that are not to do with his technique or anything like that, or his bravery or his shot stopping or anything like that. It's just decision making. It's a crazy decision, to come off his line like that in the last minute. And if you're going to come out, clear the defender out and Torres and the ball, take them all out. Don't come and jump like a girl and then turn around and trot back. And I don't know, I was so angry yesterday, because what's really annoying is we're all City fans, we'll always give Joe the benefit of the doubt because he's grown up at City as a kid, and we love him, do you know what I mean? And he's a champion. But he's cost us 9 points now this season. And a keeper's supposed to make you 12 points a season, do you know what I mean? Not cost you 9 before we get to November. And it's like the games that we've lost, we've only been outplayed once this season, which is by Bayern Munich. We should have been talking this morning about what a brilliant player Aguero is, and how he led that line yesterday on his own and scored a great goal with his wrong foot. And and we should have been now looking kind of towards the kick on and go and win the league. But in that moment yesterday, it reminded me of the same situation as the derby last year when Nasri stuck his leg out. And I tell you now, that is a pivotal moment in the title race. We won't win it from here. Not a chance.
Is he still England's number one?
Well, this is how he has to be. I mean, who else is there? But I tell you what, somebody at City who's a better judge than all of us, something needs to happen in January, because me personally, I'd go and get Casillas, even if it's on loan. And if only to give him something to think about, or to give him a rest, you know what I mean? Because Pantilimon, he's a good keeper, but he's not great. And it's the same for England. It's like, the other keepers have proved themselves not worthy of taking Joe's place. So why should they take his place? Do you know what I mean? But let's put England to one side. It's costing City points now. That felt pivotal to me yesterday. If we'd have walked out of there with a draw yesterday, and the way that we played, I thought two things. We were lucky to get in at half-time at 1-0. We could have been a couple down. But saying that, Pellegrini's obviously, he's got something, because the players come out second half, and I thought, I thought we were going to steamroll Chelsea in the second half. There's only going to be one winner after we scored, and then that's cost us points again. And I was so angry yesterday because it's all right if you get beat by the big teams or little teams. If you can come off like against Bayern Munich, where you're like, well, we just got murdered and that was the end of it. No, we didn't deserve to lose that game yesterday. We didn't deserve to lose the Villa game or the Cardiff game. But Joe's cost us those points.
I thought it was very interesting as well when Pellegrini was asked afterwards about Joe Hart's confidence, and he said you'd have to ask him that. I wonder if he's already made his decision for who his keeper will be in the next game.
Well, he's got an easy decision to make because we're at home to Norwich. So you wouldn't have thought, whoever plays in goal in that game ain't going to have a great deal to do. But, like I said, it's not something that can be put right on the training ground because you can be great in training. You can be brilliant in training. You can't then have a rush of blood to the head in, one of the 4 biggest games you're liable to play in the season. And I don't know, I was really, really, really fed up with him yesterday.
No, we've been talking in the show, and it's one thing talking about his position at Manchester City, but if Pantelimon actually does get given that shirt, then Roy Hodgson's got a bit of a problem, because if he holds on to it and Joe Hart then becomes the number 2 going into January, then that decision in some ways is taken away from Roy Hodgson, because if he's not playing week in, week out, how can he pick him?
Well, totally. Roy Hodgson, I would have thought yesterday at about 6 o'clock, would have had the sheets of paper out and thought he needs to get cracking on that position, because he needs to put somebody in net for the friendlies coming up. He has to. Yeah. He has to, because what if City go out and buy Casillas in January? What if they buy him, for X amount of million, and he's not Champions League tied, so he can play in the Champions League? What if they go and buy him? Or what? If they get somebody in on loan to challenge him for his place, that's one thing. But what if they go and buy a top keeper? Which really they should do.
And then where does that leave him? I mean, of course, in World Cup year that's coming up next year, obviously he's not going to sit on the bench of any side. But
he might have no choice. If what Noel says, he might not even be allowed to leave.
Well, no, I mean he's on a quite a long contract. So listen, it's not the end for him at City, but there's obviously something gone on for the past 6 months now from the game at Southampton. Only he knows what it is. Only he knows what it is that's going on inside his head, because it's the rush of blood moment that you don't need that in your keeper, because then if the back door's not shut, the defenders start getting jittery. Do you know what I mean? And we weren't even tested yesterday. Di Michaelis came in yesterday and he strolled through that game.
Do you think so?
Through that game. Apart from the goal that Chelsea scored.
I thought he was ropey.
I thought him and Nastasic looked like they had never met.
I thought Di Michaelis was ropey.
Yeah, and also,
I've never met.
But also, where was Lescott? He wasn't even in the squad. I was amazed about that.
Me too. And even Micah Richards, he played centre half for us for about 10 years. Why is he not playing centre half? I don't know. There's a Malay setting at the back now. You can see it even in Clichy. He got roasted yesterday, and you never see him play like that. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. I fear for us turning into one of those teams like Newcastle that are just brilliant going forward and just cannot keep a clean sheet to save our lives. But I don't know. I feel a corner was turned yesterday, and all the City fans that I know were pretty furious with him. Pretty furious.
What about the middle of the park? Garcia obviously played centre-back in the Champions League. I thought him and Fernandinho didn't look close enough. I thought Yaya Toure was average in the first half. Second half, things changed. But why were Man City so slow first half? Why didn't they dominate? Because I thought Chelsea...
I don't know. I thought we had a lot of the ball and didn't do a great deal with it, and Chelsea scored and could have had another couple. But saying that, in the second half, City could have had a couple. So I thought both teams were evenly matched. But I thought us playing away, I thought we'd done enough to win that game, and I thought we looked great. I mean, is there a better footballer than David Silva? He's so sublime. You don't even realise how great he is. When he gets the ball and he does that 360-degree turn, he's doing it all the time. They can't get even close to him. And, it's a shame that you're coming off the pitch and talking about a mistake like that when really should be focusing on how great Silva and Aguero have been this season. They've been outstanding for us. But I don't know. I thought the team selection was a bit odd. I'd loved us to have played with two up front and Navas on the wing and gone for it. Do you know what I mean? And I realise it's a big game against one of the rivals, but I thought we handed the initiative to Chelsea in the first half, and we took it back in the second half. And I thought, going into the last minute, that's pretty good. We kind of we've done it. We've come out of it proudly, and then Joe's let us down. He's let us down.
You said earlier on in our conversation, you said we won't win it now. Said you won't win the Premier League.
No, we won't win it now.
Judging by what you've seen yesterday on the pitch at Stamford Bridge, have you seen the Premier League champions? Are Chelsea good enough to win it?
Well, what I said to you, I thought at the start of the season we had the best squad, but they've got the best manager, and I think he's a lucky manager, Mourinho, isn't he? He's got that thing, whatever that thing is. I don't think Chelsea are the best team in the league. I don't think they're even playing the best, but I think Mourinho eventually will get that team over the line. But I can't see City winning it from here, because it's the same with the derby last year. We were drawing until the last minute, and then United got 3 points in front of us. We never got it back.
I am amazed that you say already so early on in the season that's it. That's the end of. I mean, we've not even got to 10 games yet.
Yeah, but can you see, hand on heart, I'm as biased as they come, hand on heart, can you see City winning it from here?
Well, yeah, I can, actually. I think it's so open. I really do. I think it's the most open season. You've got, Southampton, Everton flying high at the moment. I just think it's so unpredictable. We will not know anything till at least 20 games. I really do feel like that.
Well, do you think United can win it from where they are?
Well, we're 2 points behind you.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Do I think we can win it?
The one thing
I'm
is...
glad you've interrupted me there, Jake.
No, the one thing is, it is one of those seasons, because Sir Alex has stepped aside, that there's a lot of sides there that think they can get there. But I think that Jose Mourinho factor that you mentioned there, I saw yesterday's game, and probably a draw was a fair result. But you know what? Fernando Torres is now starting to look like the sort of striker that he played in a red shirt for Spain and a red shirt for Liverpool. And if he continues like that, if he can get between 10 and 15 goals, I think Chelsea will win the league.
I think Chelsea know where they are. They've got a game plan. They stick to it. I don't think there's another team in the country, one of the big teams, that would let another team dominate them so much possession in the second half and just hit them on the break. And Chelsea and Mourinho, they know how to dig it out. They can grind it out. I think they'll win it. I think we'll go close, and I think it'll be tight, but I think they've got the best manager.
Noel
They've
Gallagher.
certainly got the most annoying manager, that's for sure.
Noel Gallagher, you've been a star. Thank you so much for coming on.
Cheers, Noel.
All right, man.
See you
Bye.
soon, pal.
Take it.
Bye.
So there you go. There are the views of Noel Gallagher. What are your views? Your Joe Hart views as well, please. Is he City's number one? Is he England's number one? 08717 223344.